Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Mischa Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within.
Okay, so I have hit the summit wall, or coming out of the summit wall, or being willing to be in the beginning creative. Excuse me. I'm going to start over. Actually, I'm not going to start over. I'm just going to go on with it and love the mess of me coughing into the microphone. So yeah, the summit wall and wanting to be further ahead than I am, more inspired than I am, or call it what you will. And as I embrace the messiness of it and the initial creative stages of it, I'm willing to. Now it's a beautiful space instead of a frustrating space. And so I started thinking, instead of, initially I was like Path to Peace Summit. I still love that idea, but it's not been enough to pull me or push me forward into the next steps. And, or, the headlines around that, the kick, the hook to pull people in or to pull me forward. That's an interesting way to look at it. Has not been there. So they're like, hey, you need to, the coaches of the group that I'm on are like, hey, work on this headline, like focus on the pain points, do these exercises to help you suss out the inspiration or the message or what you want to learn or bring. Because it's both, actually. I definitely realized too, hey, like this is sort of a hang up that I had was I'm not sure if I like that person, or I'm not sure if I, am into what they're saying, or things like that, right? And the reality is I've got a summit topic with 30 subtopics, bring in experts to talk on the subtopic, and then it's an opportunity for me to learn. Like I forgot that part. It's actually an opportunity for me to learn, get some good tips for myself, and also to see what other people are doing. And so it's a matter of liking them is almost irrelevant, right? But I was thinking of it from more of like, how can I say it? I'm not sure of the word, but I'll just say I was missing the part of like, it's going to be a great education for me and learn, and actually a great resource for other people. It's like, hey, here's 30 experts and what they do on all these subtopics. So I'm offering that up for people, right? It doesn't mean it needs to resonate with me. Maybe that's a better word, because I do want to like the people. I want to hopefully have some sort of connection, and think that it's good, a good way to go, whatever that means. So anyway, it doesn't mean that it has to be something that I want to do. How's that? But it's a great opportunity to learn and to bring 30 learning touch points for other people. So again, being in a service mentality, and how can I be the conduit to bring this together, and also a space for me to learn, meet, grow, things like that. So in the midst of this, I was coming up with new summit ideas, new topics, and I was thinking a lot about inspiration. Like along the way, I have generally speaking, at very many points in my life, I have been inspired and internally motivated. It feels like, um, or that's the way it looks looking back on it now. But no buts. That's just a would be an accurate statement, like a glass half full kind of a guy. Plenty of internal motivation, or what felt like was internal motivation. And then, I some divorce, some family members passing away, some more failed relationships, some career upheaval, things like that, as you've heard or you can hear in previous episodes. Check out the first 6 episodes. I talk a lot about sort of that space I was in, but I really realized like what was so painful for me was that I had lost inspiration, it feels like. Um, and so it's been like the drive or the fight to get that back. And I like that concept. That to me, I mean, I love internal peace. So I was all about the path to peace, but I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's almost like a byproduct of me trying to refine inspiration. Is it like, was I trying to find peace and I found inspiration, or was I trying to find inspiration and I found peace? Um, so I was thinking more along the lines of inspiration. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, and then I had this awareness of like, there can be a process for inspiration. Like, there's literally a process to find inspiration. And this is just sort of an aha moment for me. There's plenty of other stuff out there, I am sure, and I'm interested to see of like, hey, what's the process for inspiration? So, right, because I'm oftentimes hopeful I'll wake up, bam, there's inspiration. But if that's not there, is there a process to find inspiration? And that is a super cool thought. And then I was thinking about, um, I'm gonna write that down. I think I've already wrote it down, that general concept, about 14 different ways already. Um, so when I had was first separated from my awesome and amazing ex-wife, Dawn, uh, which was about 10 years ago by now. Yeah, we got separated 2010, tail end of 2010. So actually, we passed the 10-year anniversary of being separated. We just had an amazing Christmas as a new school, new age family, meaning that we just, all of us got together, Dawn, myself, the two boys, for Christmas and New Year's and stuff. Thanksgiving, not New Year's, Christmas and Thanksgiving, as friends, beautiful, amazing friends. And it was one of the best uh, Christmases and Thanksgiving of memory. Lots of work we've done to get there, though. Anyway, a bit of a digression, which is a gift that I seem to bring to the table. And so, this idea of the muse, right? Don and I had been separated 6 months or a year, and I kind of started hanging out with this girl, and she said an interesting thing to me. Sort of, it was like this 2 week kind of flingy kind of a thing. She's like, "You need to find a muse," and like a source of inspiration. And it just hit me today as I was walking and thinking about inspiration, like, holy mackerel, like Don was such a powerful source of inspiration and motivation for me when we were married and just growing a family and doing all that stuff. And, uh, and, and so, or was it that she was just the conduit for service and God and a higher power, or call it what you will, right? Like, it's such an interesting thought, which I very much look forward to diving more into. So thank you for indulging me on this sort of new way that I'm looking at a few things. So you can join me on this journey uh, of thought process if it comes up again. But so yes, so I'm walking today and I'm like, oh yeah, like then I dated that other girl that I dated and moved in with her two kids. Um, it's a really interesting memory. So it, that relationship was not enough to, and I don't mean to say that in a bad way. The relationship itself, or the girl I was dating at that time, that wasn't providing me inspiration to work or have a career or do all these things. I was like on the exiting the career, and I was barely able to, I was wasting office space when I was showing up, right? And I think for her, she had said something, and this is the way I said it, that the girl I was dating at the time, God bless her too, such a she was amazing, amazing, amazing woman, and I do hope she's well. But it seemed to me that a source of frustration for her, and she kind of verbalized it once, I believe, and I could be wrong, but was that frustrating for her that for some reason when I was with Dawn, I had all this fire for work and for mortgages and for bringing home the bacon and growing and just crushing it, right? And but that for some reason with her that wasn't the case, and I think it was a bummer for her, and she took it as as a negative, or as a sign that I didn't love her or didn't care for her. And then I think for me, as I'm talking about this, um, it's like I think I was bummed too that our relationship wasn't inspiring me to, be a CEO or something like that. Um, and so sitting here now, so I was just thinking, I was like, holy mackerel, like I've been sort of on the hunt for a muse for a bit, you know, and thinking that a relationship would provide me inspiration. And as I say that, like, if that's another way of saying you're making the relationship your God or the source for your peace, your inspiration, or what have you. And never really thought of it that way, or yeah, in such a vivid, and it's very vivid to me, this picture that I'm talking about. And so I think that's super fun, because I feel like truly in this moment over the last couple of months, I've been in a space of being very content with myself and not having the lurking, like, gosh, it would be great if I was in a relationship kind of a thought, right? Where, yeah, I'm comfortable being alone, but maybe a relationship would be nice, right? Where now I'm like, excuse me, truly in the space of like, no, I don't care. I just don't care, which is a great place to be. Um, and no good or bad on anybody who's in a different space than me. So no judgment anywhere. I'm so to sort of close this thought loop, I think is that I feel super connected with source, right? And so I feel like lots of inspiration is coming through. And so this inspiration that I've been hoping to find from other people, places, and things, uh, is manifested uh, from within. And that's pretty rad. But it's also the illusion that it wasn't there before, right? So it's like either I've either my ego was beaten down enough that I'm happy with the inspiration that's coming through, right? Because before it was super inspired to hang out. And when I say before, I'll talk about last 4 or 5 years where being a stay-at-home-ish dad, like entering into that space was so painful, but it was inspired space for me and has been. And it was one of the most beautiful times of my life, but I could not see it going in. So the inspiration was there, right? Provided by source within. And so now again, it's like, hey, to sort of, I don't know, it's interesting. I just am very clear that, like, holy mackerel, I've been looking at relationships to play God, if you just want to say it that way, or to provide me inspiration. Provide me inspiration. So that's a bit of a ramble, perhaps, but felt good to say. It'll be super interesting to see if that resonates with anybody. I'm going to end with that. I love everybody. I do today. Life is good.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for my free Insider's Guide to Finding Peace, go to belove.media/peace. That's B as in boy, ELOVE.media/PEACE. It's my 8-step guide to finding peace now. It's a super powerful tool. I use it all the time. Check it out. I'm offering it to you for free. Thank you again for listening.